on lichess and Twitch. The Pawnda Arena 18 is open for business. International Master William Paschall, living in Budapest, Hungary, here with my friend Mr. Pawnda. We hold this rapid arena every 2 weeks in his honor. Coffee and beer is bring your own bottle. Got my beer and coffee. Mr. Coffee, where's Mr. Beer? Mr. Coffee, meet Mr. Beer. All right.
Yes.
That is close to the mic, so probably very loud on the yes. Oops, sorry guys. Let's try to modify this mic setup a little bit. Sorry about that. Starting in 11.32 minutes. Actually, 11 minutes and 25 seconds. Here's the link to the tournament, guys. I wanted to know if anybody else here has an issue with their mouse that I seem to have. I have the feeling that my mouse... I mean, tell me this is my imagination, but my mouse, like, horizontally scrolls faster than it moves vertically. It's, like, really annoying, because I try to make a vertical move with a piece on the chessboard, and I just realized, you know, it's feeling like it's laggy, but I think it's just my mouse. Is there some way, does anybody know, with a standard mouse, if there's a way to change the settings so the vertical moves faster? Maybe it's just something with the drag. You think it's just the drag on the mouse is slower? When I try to make a move from side to side with my mouse, it's like really quick, but when I try to pick up a piece, and move it vertically, it's just like really slow. Yeah, why do I have to get a Bruce Pandolfini quote? Ultimate snake oil chess salesman. Alright. Anyway, it's nothing against Bruce. Just an average master who became like a sensation because of a lucky job. Alright. Anyway. Sparkle Horse Alms Audisto, so it's already strong. The A category. Asmir and Acerbate. Why are only people with A joining my tournament? That's really strange. The 4 entries, only A. Only people with a name starting with A are allowed. Dude, that's strange. Hey guys, it's Fun Day. Acerbate, what is Fun Day? It's not Monday and it's not Friday. That sounds like one of those days would be Fun Day. My coffee's already cold. Blobix has been missing in action. He's probably been picked up and ambushed by a French riot somewhere. Blobix, are you protesting by staying out of my stream? I'm on a day of the week. You thought Fun Day said day of the week. Oh, maybe you're right. Was that events that just triggered it? You triggered it with events, so Fun Day didn't do anything. I always hate it when I get these random quotes. Cheesy Noob destroyed the A category. Still the top of the alphabet dominates here, strangely. Guys, here's the link to join the tournament. I think a lot of people don't really join tournaments 8 minutes before they start, so once the tournament begins, we'll probably get more players. The other thing about the tournament that's weird is that, you know, it starts quarter to the hour. I think that people are used to hourly blitz and rapid tournaments, so we'll get more random players probably the top of the hour. I decided to make it open because the last blitz tournament went really well, despite being open without, just for our team here. You had the greatest Irish coffee in 2019. New opponent here. Opponent, a new participant in the tournament from Ukraine. All right. In honor of Donald Trump's impeachment, free entry to all players from Ukraine. What's up, WJ Loof? Saeeds. You count seconds till Thursday, so you submit a game. Well, you don't have to wait until Thursday to submit the game, Saeeds. You should actually be a subscriber, and if you are a subscriber, you can submit it, up to a week in advance. If you submit it earlier, there's a better chance I'll actually do that game. Because sometimes not lately, but we used to get like 10 games submitted even before the day. So the orange, the annoying orange, actually has a meaning now. He was before his time, the annoying orange. Little did we know that the annoying orange would be a real thing. Strange. Yeah, I mean, I just want to honor the process of, it's not a question. It's not being results oriented, fish rat cow. At least we're doing the right thing, by not enabling the annoying orange. Stand up for what you believe in, So it's Pawnda Arena 18. Sparkle Horse, Ams, Alisto, Chizinu, Beli Amor, Asmir, and Acerbate. And let's get some more A players. You don't have to be a member of any team to play. Just 10 rated games. I opened the tournament up. Morales is here. That gives us a really strong field. 2460, 2270. Oh, by the way, does anybody know how to speed up my mouse movement vertically? Does anybody know a little bit about mice? Paschall 99. Wow, subscribe. Tier 1. Thank you. My mouse seems slower from south to north than it is from east to west. And I just wondered if anyone knows, is it just there's more drag? Maybe my mouse, this particular mouse has more drag on the bottom somehow. It's just terrible thing happened today. My mouse, I had to switch the mouse, but I switched to a bad mouse. And immediately I lost on time to a 1900. It was a really, really good game. I wouldn't have lost on my old mouse, but I had another mouse slip with the old mouse, and I switched mouse to a different mouse, and the different mouse I was really uncomfortable with. Flagged in an interesting endgame against the 1900. Download the app specific to that manufacturer. Yeah, I mean, I have to get some kind of... I mean, it's a very standard Logitech mouse. I probably need to just get a better mouse. Mouse fund. We've got at least 500 toward the mouse fund so far. I mean, I don't want to buy like a super high-end mouse, but just something a little better than average. Immediately I flagged against the 1900. But he did play really, really well to make it tough, to get me down to like 20 seconds. And then it was a disaster. I just flagged. All right. I'm just not sure if anybody's ever noticed the same problem, that their mouse seems to be slower moving vertically than horizontally. There's one mouse speed setting, and I set it as fast as possible. But when I slide it from side to side, it's extremely fast. When I slide it from down to up, it's not. It's like slow as a turtle. Gaming mouse, sure. You can probably spend $500 on a gaming mouse. I don't know. The high-end gaming mouse. All right, guys. 500 donation for the highest end gaming mouse now. All right, I'm sure Andrew Tang has a very good mouse for bullet chess. Some of the Logitechs are horrible. the last one I got was like a piece of rubbish. Cheap plastic. This one is a little better. This is an older one though. High-end monitor. Alright guys, we got 10 players so far, ready to start in 2 minutes. What's up in the chess world? I've been busy all day, focusing on random stuff. I lost in a 5-0 game, an interesting endgame. We were down to like 20 seconds to 40 seconds. And the position was tricky. I had sacked 2 pawns. It was a draw. But I could just not make progress, and he just flagged me. I will give the guy credit, though. I mean, he played really, really good defense for a 1900. Thursday stream for game analysis. If it's on Thursday, it will be 6:30. All my evening streams start at the same time. Saeed's 6:30 CET. There's another small chance this week that the subscriber stream might be on Friday, like last week. I will let you guys know by tomorrow. That's really messed up that there's nobody beyond D. There's statistically, what is the possibility that we have 9 players entered? Let's see number 11. Number 11 is Sunny Dunny. So finally, I mean, the first 9 players, nobody started with like after D. DCI Boom was the latest in the alphabet. That's crazy. What is the statistical chance of that? Like 1 in 100,000 or something? Probably. I don't know. Seems really low. I mean, 25 letters in the alphabet. What is the chance of 9 of them, and none of them are beyond D? Next to nothing. It's really weird. Maybe people are just more likely to choose a screen name with an early letter. I have no idea. That's bizarre. 17 seconds, guys. We're ready to get started. Open Pawnda Arena 18. 7+3. Blobix, good to see you. Jim, did you donate to the stream today? You did, didn't you? 100 bits? Thanks for your donation earlier this week. Guys, please support the stream so we can keep this going. Again, let's continue our debate. Or maybe not. Why give Alms the advantage of using his prep? I'm not going to play the Tarash again. Actually, this is a 7-3. I was thinking it was Blitz. 7+3. Just take advantage. You guys know my weakness, vertical mouse moves. Be very careful if I'm making a side-to-side move, because I'm extremely fast. Extremely fast with the side-to-side mouse moves. I gotta play something different. May the best non-troll win. We're gonna have to just let it, let it roll. Let it roll, troll. Let it troll on a roll. Some kind of weird hippo. I have this hippo fixation now. Anonymous cheer with 5 bits. Thank you for that. Having played G3, I guess bishop B5 isn't really a strong threat here. Although if he played D4, it would probably still be an interesting move. Hippos are extremely durable. Wow. You're kind of making me want to play... You're making me want to play bishop B5 anyway. Very aggressive. Okay. Have no fear. Yeah, we'll have 2 sections. One just for hippos and one just for trolls. No, 2 sections for troll and non-troll. It's like a Nimzo. Wow, I was a little bit concerned about bishop e4 there, if I'm being perfectly honest. Feel free to overextend yourself fully. Anonymous Cheerer, thank you. Another 5 bits. Cheers, everyone. Trolls and non-trolls alike. Ah, that was good. We got an emote. Oh, I said that already. Thanks. I'm a little bit behind the... Pass 999. 99.99. Good luck, coach. Uh-oh. Who is that? Dr. Ludmila K. Ropotkin. Thanks, Ludmila. Wherever you are. Ludmila sounds like a State Department employee. Have you been fired from your recent gig as a ambassador, Ludmila? By any chance? Hippos are awesome. We've got the full bishops on both diagonals. You never know which way this is going to go. Chop, chop. Karate bishops. If you push one pawn in the center, the other diagonal gets weak. If you push the other pawn, that gets weak. We gotta take Alms out of his opening book. I was making the mistake, on the stream I don't mind. On my weekly blitz streams, it's not a tournament, so if it's a draw, it's okay. Here we're in competition with other players. I'm gonna try my best to gain an advantage, obviously. Looks like a good hippo to me. Hollow. There's something hollow about black's position on the white squares. Was that you, Alexa? G5. Even G5. Pavel Blatny would jump at G5. G5 is a little risky. G5, knight H5, H4. Even that's probably okay for white. Alright, let's be crazy. Is this a mistake, objectively? I don't know. His knight is condemned to the side of the board for the rest of his life. If he plays knight H5, actually, it might just be a really bad move, knight H5. Maybe he can't do that. But I don't like his other choices all that much. Pavel Blatny, eat your heart out. Pavel would be very happy with this. Grandmaster who at one point played very normal openings, C3 Sicilian. Roy Lopez. Then one day he just woke up and started playing B3 every game. Interesting player. B3 or F4. Dr. Ludmila. All right. What's up, everybody? Make sure you tell your friends and neighbors about my stream so we have more views. He went with knight H5. Oh my gosh. I really didn't think he was going to pull the trigger on that. I could play bishop F3, but it seems unnecessarily risky. Now I'm threatening bishop F3. We've taken Alms out of his standard sort of orbit with this unorthodox hippo. Standard orbit, Mr. Spock. Someone's been watching a bit too much Star Trek. So D4 maybe not a bad move. Trying to carve out some squares for himself. There are drawbacks to this, however. Exhibit A. BBB. They all were all those knight moves, every single knight move had some drawbacks. Knight H7, knight H5, knight D7, take your pick. His white squares are in agony here. The agony column. Okay, that's really really interesting. A little too interesting, I have to say. All right, he's getting into time pressure already. Calculation station. It sounds like a stop on the dinosaur train. Bishop takes h5. I watch too much PBS, kids. At least I used to. Alright, well, the h-pawn is gone, at the very least, but we might have bigger game. Bishop c1 acerbate. Remember, the Owen defense. I could castle queenside, or just leave my king in the center. Or I could castle. I have all options available. Interesting position. I still like bishop c1. Serious. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV. When my kids were little, I used to watch PBS with them. Not lately. Knight g3. All right. You PayPal me earlier in the week and demand you play a Blumenfeld. Ludmilla, I know. But there was no mention of the Blumenfeld in your PayPal. It's highly irregular. Highly irregular request. But if I get paired, you mean you demand I play a Blumenfeld against you, or you demand I play a Blumenfeld in general? Please clarify. Clarify your request. I think a little bit of a premature resignation there. F5 ugly, and he should probably continue the game. White is clearly better, but yeah, I agree. The res is too early there. Okay. I mean, I could try to play the Blumenfeld, but the problem is like 75% of the time people don't cooperate. This guy's playing e4. Immediately, there's no Blumenfeld. If I play the Blumenfeld 10 times, I think I can play like one proper Blumenfeld with black. If I attempt to play it 10 times. I mean, like, you're lucky if 1 in 10 games with black ends up in that opening, if it's in your repertoire. Wow, a totally new account. 65 games. Alright, we'll try to honor your highly irregular request. Dr. L. So, standard c3 Sicilian. I've played bishop f5 like the last time, I think, which was a weird move that I resurrected from the archives of chess history. Very strange move now. c4, highly unusual. Perhaps not terrible for white, but very infrequently played. It doesn't really make sense to move that again, having moved it once already to c3. I think it's a mistake, that inaccuracy that gives black an equal game, basically. The c3 Sicilian is pretty tough. We get a clamp down on the d4 square now. Black is clearly better. If I can maintain that. In order to maintain that now, I have to play bishop g4. It looks like a good position. Yeah, it weakens d4. It's a serious crime against chess humanity. But d5, I mean, e5 might be too much. White's position isn't that bad here. What's up, everyone? Pass Pawn 99. I'm just going to call you 99 because... Oh, Star Trek Picard is coming soon. I had just seen some promo for that when I was in the United States in the summer. I'm not a really big fan of Star Trek, although I will occasionally watch reruns of... It was such an iconic show when I was a kid, the original Star Trek. It came out not that long before I was a kid, so it was still fresh TV back then. Okay, I didn't believe that he can do this, but I think it's actually plausible. Oh, man. All right. Unfortunately, this move is not losing a pawn for white. cd4, knight d4, bishop takes e2, knight e2. That's not that bad for white. He's still equal. I really don't know what to do. Yeah, Picard wasn't bad. Number 2. So does anybody know about horizontal and vertical mouse speed on a regular mouse? Can I just improve my Does this work? Yeah, you've got knight b5 now, so I probably have to respect that move. Knight c2. Kind of strange stuff here. I'm tempted to play queen b8 now, or queen c7. Bees. The killer bees. Guys, welcome to the tournament. Pawnda Arena. Pawnda's here to witness the action, as usual. Christmas. Next week will be my birthday week, so... Next Thursday, we'll have a birthday arena. Can I take this nugget and keep it? We're talking about love of material. He does have strong bishops, the killer bees. That's what I was talking about. White has a limited compensation for a sacrificed pawn. I don't really like playing new accounts. 65 games only for white. I got 3 messages. I don't know what they are. I don't want to read my hate mail live on stream, but I will get back to you, whoever you are. Queen d3, good. Good. Blockading move. Excellent. Very sensible. I mean, White has not the first knowledge of opening theory, playing move 5, yet he's like 2,000. It's kind of strange. Unless it was a mouse slip, it's hard to believe you could be like 2,000 and not know like the fourth move of the c3 Sicilian. c4 is at least a good indication of fair play. What does that mean? Fair play. I mean, he plays the c3 Sicilian and plays c4 on move 5. That's pretty strange. I mean, it could be a mouse slip. Or do you think it's like he's handicapping himself on purpose or something? Is that a theory? Like a self-handicapping move? To purposely give me a chance or something? That's what it feels like. If you were to use an engine and want to beat a strong player and make yourself look human, make a few like ridiculous moves like c4. Well, he's played really good other than that move. You know, that's the concerning thing. To me, at least. Really well. His play is like flawless, except for that one weird move. I think White even has compensation as we stand here now. He's probably equal. I don't have, this is good calculation too. I don't have a tactic here. All I can do is like equalize. I guess bishop c5. Something weird about this player. Something not right. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, as usual. Just as I became completely paranoid, he blundered. It's just a ploy to trick me. Now he'll really turn on. Anytime I play somebody who's like a new account, I'm paranoid. 65 games. It's like, I won't even play someone with less than 100. I opened up the tournament, you know, so if somebody cheats, we'll report them. I mean, what can we do? We can't, it's just not enough players the other way. He was doing great, man. He had equalized completely. And then he played queen c3. Queen e3 instead of queen c3. And it's like, White might even be slightly better. He drops upon the opening, and now he's like totally equalized. And he plays instead of queen e3. It's possible queen e3 is a mistake? Because of rook takes d4 and e5? Oh no. I didn't even see that. Maybe his whole tactic didn't work. So if he doesn't have queen c3 or queen e3, he's actually losing. And I didn't even realize it. That's weird. Giving him too much credit, I guess. Got like accidentally capitalized on it. I really thought it was like bishop c5, queen e3 equal. I didn't see rook takes d4, rook takes d4, e5. It's just wins for black. It's a miracle that my rook is protected on the e file by the knight on f6. Just a coincidence, essentially. Not like I planned it out or something. It's just pure luck that I won the exchange. Stupid, dumb luck. Man, even this, I have to play b6. Only move to save the pawn. Still, it's not that easy, but we should be able to win. Not that easy. I mean, not the exchange, but his bishops are still really tough. The killer bees, like I said. Queen c3 is an excellent move. Excellent move. I'm almost paralyzed. Damn. I have to play knight e8. Jeez. What does this name mean? DCI boom. What is a DCI? Well, the point is, if you were a cheater, it's pretty stupid to make yourself like play every single best move. Their art is basically disguising their cheating by making bad moves too. I mean, as I've said many times on the stream, if you even played like the third best move, every single move against Magnus Carlsen, you would win. I mean, an engine would win against Carlsen easily. I mean, there are situations where you have to make the only move, obviously. But if most of the moves were only the third best moves, they'd probably beat Magnus. I have g5 now. That could spell trouble. For me. I didn't even see he had queen e4. My god. Played that instantly. f5. More weaknesses. Probably only makes my position worse. Please don't miss anything else. This game is taking forever. I have no chance in this tournament. When the games all take like 3 hours to play. Man. Who is the real jackass? Yeah, I weakened my structure because I thought I was winning by force. Other than that, I would never play g5. I just missed queen e4 completely. Of course, I'm stupid to weaken myself there. Just based on an outright oversight. Yeah. But at least I can trade something. Does this move win by force or something? Yeah. I'm not winning anymore. It's just a draw. Best. So the real jackass, is that your account there? That's you? I may be lost now. I knew there was something weird about this player. Whatever. This is probably a mistake. Can't believe he traded there. He's apparently like a bullet speed player too. Play like best moves instantly. Yeah, I'm lucky to draw. It's generous of him to offer a draw. But it is a draw. Alright. That's an interesting player. A player who can play the endgame brutally well, makes move 4, c4. Right. You can't really, you can't really justify a player who would play his 5th move with someone who can play that good. I mean, it's just not logical. Like, very hard to believe, dude. But whatever. Alright, so he's definitely really, really suspicious. Though obviously not using a computer to play every move. There's something really unnatural about the fact that he can play such a ridiculous move on move 5 and then play bullet like a master. Alright, we're supposed to play the Blumenfeld. So Dr. Ludmilla asked me to play the Blumenfeld, but plays e4 against me. That's kind of strange, Dr. Ludmilla. Like, you want me to play the Blumenfeld, but not against you. Alright. You're not helping me out here. Queen f8. I mean, the last game, I made one mistake. I played g5. Thinking that it forced a trade of queens, and it just didn't. So I wrecked my whole position. But the entire game was, I think, kind of strange and unnatural. But I just have roughly 30 years of experience playing online chess. Nothing much. Not quite 30, but we're getting there slowly. Just a hunch. Something a bit unnatural about my last opponent. Alright. Knight d5. Weird. Since you're all pretty much higher rated, when to start the Sicilian? To be frank, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't start playing it right away. It's not like really crazy hyper modern. It's not like playing one knight f6. Never trust anyone who makes completely complex tactics in a second like bullet. I mean, he kind of messed up the end game. He traded queens, in a position where he definitely shouldn't have traded queens. He made a lot of mistakes, but you can't rationalize my opponent's play that entire game and the way he played the first, I don't know, 10 moves of the opening. He played the first 10 moves of the opening like he was a 1200, and then the rest of the game like he was 2000, That doesn't make sense, really. Anyway, let's move on. Any version in particular you recommend to start with or avoid? I think that you could start with e6 because to e6 in the Sicilian because it's actually kind of solid, and I think that's probably a better way to start off with something relatively stable rather than the Najdorf or the Sveshnikov, which are the best but also extremely sharp. Sharpness level not quite as high. I'm trading pieces here against Dr. Ludmilla. Look, Antonio, if somebody, they're going to be cheaters, man. If somebody's a cheater, just you're withdrawing because Chester 980 is a cheater. Sorry, man. You could just close your account on lichess. I mean, that's probably the better thing to do. Actually, close all your online chess accounts, Antonio. I don't know what to say, dude. All right, take care. I would just recommend quitting online chess in general if you're gonna drop out of tournaments because you played one person who's a cheater. I mean, we all have to face it and just report them to lichess and move on, dude. It's an unrated tournament. Forget about it. Why would you even give them the satisfaction of dropping out of tournament? That's ridiculous. So Chester 980. Report them to the administrators, dude, and they'll ban them. I can report him too. I'll take a look at the game. Just give it to me. If I report it, I'm sure it'll draw extra attention when the title player reports someone. Chester 980. All right. But dude, seriously, you can't stress about it. It's not worth it. I mean, you can't play online chess and avoid cheaters completely. How is that possible? It's the nature of the beast. Dr. Ludmilla with f4. Wow. Dr. Ludmilla's kind of scary. Luana, what's up? I've never seen anything like this. This bishop g5 right away. Highly unusual. Actually, knight d5. I didn't even consider taking this pawn. I don't consider it. Too dangerous. Antonio, it just doesn't sound like you're in the mood, man. You sound like Arsenal fan today. All right. You're in an Arsenal fan mood. We all have them. It's all right. Look, my first opponent was kind of dubious, and I drew. I'm not going to quit the tournament because I drew with a suspicious player. Whatever. Report them. How can my last opponent play c4 on move 5 like he's 1100 and then play bullet like a master? How many players do we have? Chester 980. New account since October. He's only rated 1600, dude. I mean, his results look pretty normal there. Maybe he just started cheating just now. I know the one thing is that people sometimes think like unrated tournaments are a green light that cheating is okay. That's one popular misconception. You know, they think it's okay if it's unrated, then it's completely okay to cheat. I mean, that's maybe what's going on. It looked like his rated games had to be legit. You know, he's got like wins and losses at the 1600 level. I wouldn't worry about it, man. Whatever. Anyway, is anybody else in the chat or just Antonio? What's up, guys? You rejoined. Good. Just get it out of your system. I feel like I need to play d5, but it opens up his bishop. f5, pawn takes pawn. Ludmilla is weird. Is a weird player. Freaking me out, Ludmilla. Is this too dangerous? You're scared for my king. Comes this comment from the real jackass. I literally had no pieces attacking my king at all. Until maybe now. With bishop on c2. One piece is attacking my king now. Like, and I'm going to be threatening mate if he takes on d5. Not mate, but pinning him to mate threats on g2. But maybe. Wow, that's a crazy move. All right. I'm definitely taking that. Ludmilla is a weird account. It just got created. It has almost no games. Actually, how is this player allowed to play in the tournament? I clearly set it with 10 games requirement for rapid. How is Ludmilla allowed in the tournament with 5 games rapid? Is the tournament not 10 games minimum? Where's the settings? I'm sure that I made it 10 games requirement. Turkey Lurkin. Can somebody check that? Where does it say? It should clearly be 10 games. What the heck is going on? I mean, unrated doesn't count as games, right? For a tournament. Ludmilla, sophisticated position here, but allow me to blockade. We'll have to check this out. Voids due to being unrated? That doesn't make sense. That's the whole point, dude, that you wouldn't have unrated. And it's not unrated, it's provisional with 5. It's exactly the player that's not supposed to play in the tournament. Anybody between 0 and 10 is not supposed to play in the tournament. Like, why did I bother setting that? Normally, it always works. I don't get it. It's like a bug or something? I think Ludmilla is actually an old friend of the stream, which is lucky, but seriously. How does that work? No, I mean, you set up the tournament, rapid or blitz or whatever, and then it gives you this drop down and it says, you know, number of games required to play. You know, it doesn't matter if it's blitz or rapid. Whatever that tournament is, that's the setting. It's really weird. Draw against amoeboid doesn't count. Why does your draw against amoeboid doesn't count? You're +7 down. That's a lot. That is a lot. All right. Dr. Ludmilla caught not paying attention. At your post. Lifetime ambassador should be more alert. All right, back tournament. I want to pause this for a second and understand this. If I set the settings clearly here, greater than or equal to 10 rated games, you guys see it here. Green, condition of entry, greater than or equal to 10 rated games. How does Dr. Ludmilla play in the tournament? You think I've got greater than 10 rated games, just not all in the same time? That's weird. But I mean, that's crazy. Can I click on their account? 37 games. Yeah, that's weird. So 37 games. All right, let's see. Let's see, rapid. Nine total games, 5 rated games, 3 tournament games, 7 victories, 2 defeats. Clearly, there's something wrong with the lichess mechanism there. Clearly, it's something against Ludmilla, but players should not be able to get into the tournament. Oh, Cheesy Noob is winning the tournament. What a surprise. Aldisto has no chance. Actually, where's Alms? Alms lost to somebody? Oh boy. Can we see that? Who the heck did Alms lose to? Alms is actually playing Aldisto. Who the heck did Alms lose to? He lost to me, duh. Duh! Who the heck beat Alms? Thank you. Alright, whatever. You're going to have to accept there are going to be some cheaters in the tournament in a random event like this. If you think someone's cheating, then report them to lichess or to me. I am not an administrator. I can't ban people from the tournament. We can report them during or after the tournament, but it looks like there might be 1 or 2 suspicious players. We'll see. I thought DCI was very strange, but it did lose after playing with me. Maybe I just suck. All right. Pre-pawn. Is it rated games in any category or in that of the tournament? That is a good question, Fish Rat Cow. Now, I always assumed it was in that category. Does Dr. Ludmilla even have enough for any category to count? By the way. AP87 is up to 17-18. I think they've improved like 150 points since last year. It's pretty significant. Wow, what an opening. mean, I know this player, and any kind of equal position, I should be able to outplay them in a calm position. I'm just going to give them the pawn back. See, the problem is that black's only really good move is taking this and going to a queenless middle game, which isn't something that they're going to be comfortable with. Objectively, white should find a better move here, but whatever. This is just a practical decision against a particular opponent who isn't going to like trading queens. Actually, I could have played queen h5 check, now that I think about it. Hakamura. Queen h5 check weakening black's position is interesting, but then what do? I go back to d1? The only good square? I have to lose time. Probably not worth it. This is a horrible move. Yeah, I think f5 was a mistake, Dr. Ludmilla. But I think maybe your previous move had been a mistake. I don't want your pawn. All right. Black has a strange obsession with sacrificing material that's limiting their game. Very bad to be that one-dimensional. I don't mean to be derogatory, but it's gotten to the point where I think it's handicapping their development as a chess player. Luana, surely you've been around more than 2 months now. I just blundered my f-pawn, man. I need to pay attention. Okay. Black also not paying attention. Missing bishop takes f4. This isn't that great for me. It's only an equal position, approximately, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I'm just spaced. A little bit spaced out. That was a really interesting game, Ludmilla, I think. Objectively, that particular idea of bishop g5 and the Mora gambit is probably not correct, but the whole opening is not really correct at the highest level. I think it's useful, though, until a point. You don't see it played at the master level by strong players. It just gives away too much white's advantage, but I think it is a useful opening for beginners. Thank you for your purchase. No problem at all. Resigning 0.5 seconds after you achieve the winning position. You managed to do that? Congratulations. I mean, how strong is this player in bullet chess? They're only 1600 in bullet? Shouldn't they be stronger in bullet than weaker? Isn't that weird? You should be stronger in bullet, not weaker in bullet. He can almost make every single move instantaneously. This is a sophisticated play by black here, I think. I can't barely move fast enough to keep up with them. And all their moves are like reasonable. I mean, if you regard their score against me, 54-3, and to play this kind of game, it's amazing. Yet to make any sort of mistake. With a full minute ahead on the clock, positional maneuvering with bishop e8, it's remarkable. I don't know why this player would want to play in a rapid tournament, honestly. Wow. Finally, a slight mistake? Some sort of tactical mistake or an intentional sacrifice? Unclear. Okay, now, maybe it's better to do knight d2. My original intention was to take, but I'm thinking, you know what, maybe not. Finally, a big blunder. All right. If they just took their time and tried to play seriously, I don't know, they could be a really good player. But this time thing and having to sacrifice material every game is just limiting them. Etes is 22.98. Looks like a good player. Another German. Got Etes, Aldisto, and Oms. All solid master strength players. Why do I have 7 points? I have no streak starter because of the draw. I knocked off one of the strongest players in the tournament. Get held by a draw. This player's on fire again. Who did they lose to? They lost to that guy. So they lost to the other strong master in the tournament. The player who played 5c4 against me. That's cool, Oms. Thanks for bringing along another good player. Literally. No, seriously. Even if they win the tournament. I appreciate having stronger players. They managed to beat this weird account who could start knocking off strong players. I wouldn't be surprised. I think the bullet destroyed this guy's game. I mean, the last opponent, AP87. If he would play normal chess instead of trying to play bullet in rapid games, I mean, he might be a strong player. It's like an addiction, you know? It's like a drug addiction. It's like a disease. Warnaki, A5, move 1. Played on move 1. No. Not the symmetrical English is the worst. God. I was just talking about how boring this is. I should just not play the English. I'm sorry. It's my fault for playing the English. I'm not going to play G3. You know what funny thing? The semi-Slav is negative 0.1 for black, according to... If you play now knight f6, d4, d5, my engine was giving like an advantage to black of 0.1. How is that possible here? Like black is better after d4, d5. I mean, I know the semi-Tyrus is tough, but I don't think that black is better in a symmetrical position with white to play. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's really freaked me out. I'm sure it would like change its evaluation if you forced it to play one more move, but I was just kind of laughing about this the other day. I agree with Real. That bullet is terrible for your chess game. And I don't think the benefits even come close to outweighing the negatives. Garry Kasparov never played bullet chess, and he was probably like the greatest of all time. Carlsen has higher rating technically, but he's not a better player than Kasparov, and he's not as creative or as brilliant, I don't think. There's no need to play bullet chess. It's okay for entertainment, but I think it will hurt you if you're trying to be really serious about the game. Warnacki here playing too fast. 1200 playing a 2460, I would take my time and try to play legit best moves every single move. Another thing that I found is that people are uncomfortable having less time. Like they start to feel like they can't possibly have. They're uncomfortable like having less time. They look at the clock, and if the opponent has 1 second more than them, it disturbs them. Like, that's okay, That's part of the game. A lot of strong players are comfortable having less time than the opponent on the clock. It doesn't matter. That doesn't improve your chances necessarily. It's about the position. So I think Warnacki already played a little too fast, made some slight mistakes. This is an interesting idea. Yeah, Etes looks good. I'm unfortunately stuck with a slow style and that draw earlier that killed my streak starter. I don't like the arena format. I think that I don't understand why lichess doesn't offer multiple formats for tournaments at this point. The site's been around for a while. I think they should branch out a little bit here and offer people. This is an interesting dynamic spot now. They should offer people the option to play more than one style of tournament. Oh no. The river guarding rook. He has c4. But the pawn, he could be sending that pawn to its doom if he plays c4. So he was an exchange down and better all the time. Intentionally sacrificed an exchange. I'm glad you didn't quit the tournament, Antonio. It doesn't matter what chess set you play on, you'll never be immune from people. That's why we can't have money tournaments in online chess. Can't be immune from people cheating completely. You can't get upset and let it bother you. I mean, letting it bother you a little bit is normal, but dropping out of the tournament because of that, I think that's ridiculous. Then the trolls win. Enjoy a pawn. Have a pawn. Dine on this pawn. He did it in a way. And I played your favorite move, Warnacki, a5. Come on now. You missed rook b3. That was the point. You should have sacked a pawn with c4, and I think that was interesting. Seriously, that was a good move. The c4. I'm never going to win. Maybe I can play spoiler here. I'm too slow. Mainly. And I got a bad start. Maybe it's long enough that there's still a chance. How do I end this? No easy way. Bring in the reinforcements. Osama just resigned on move 1. I did it all the time against Igor Krivonosov. Protest resignations. Because I don't dig like rook versus rook endgames. That's not chess. Alright, nice try. Maybe I should have played bishop c4 there, actually. Yeah, maybe like his baby's crying. He doesn't play as well with the baby in his arms as you. You know, some people don't play like grandmasters when they're holding the baby. Alright. Oh, Cheesy Noob's winning the tournament again. Oh, that's great. Ahead of like 4 masters or 5 masters. Who has he beaten so far? He drew Aldisto twice, who's like master strength. He beat Blobix. Oh boy. I had to ban him from the tournaments for a long time. It's just like, it's ridiculous. There's no way he's that good based on his rating performance. He's going to beat everybody again. That's disappointing. He's supposed to be like 1900. Dr. Ludmilla, lunch. Alright, get to work. Alright, I can't wait to see the opening this time. Something completely different. Oh, he plays d4 too. No c3 Sicilian this time. Okay. They're very universal in the opening, of course, if you're just playing random stuff. Dr. Ludmilla. Tried to play the Blumenfeld, but I couldn't. Yeah, this is great. I'm so happy I get paired with another dubious player. The other dubious player. I guess I should think about taking this. But if you guys think someone's cheating, they can be banned for cheating in unrated tournaments as well. So be sure to report it if anyone's suspicious. There is no such thing as it being okay to cheat in unrated tournaments. They can have their account banned from lichess for that. I personally made that happen many times. Alright. Completely master of the random openings. First it was the c3 Sicilian with c4. And now something completely different. "15 seconds for the whole game. How many games does this player have? It was just created 1918 in 87 bullet games. 1989 in rapid. If I have to, I'll go back to just closed tournaments with the team. I was hoping that we could have an open tournament without cheaters. It's a sophisticated maneuver. It's very similar to the last screenplay. Similar plot. Almost identical, actually. It's probably sort of dubious. All right. It's not, anyone who's 1900 in chess wouldn't play the way this guy did in the last game, which is usually a sign that somebody's a weak player, like a beginner, and they're using assistance. When you get games like that, they don't even have a clue about something about the game, but they're using like an engine or something to suggest moves. So they're basically like a 900 player who's using assistance to look like they're maybe like 2000 or something like that. That's how bad the guy's move was on move 5 against me last game. And it couldn't be a mouse slip. I mean, it was the c3 pawn already on c3. There's nothing that he would have been clicking in an area to play c4 by a mouse slip. I know all about mouse slips because my last mouse was pretty bad. Almost lost a game because of it today. I played rook g8 instead of castling when I meant to castle. I might as well just offer this guy a draw now. I don't really feel like doing that again. Wasting my time. He just pops up every time I'm about to get a streak started. Oh, he's playing for a win. Yeah. It's normal to decline draws from 2460s. When you're 1989, that's a normal thing to do, of course. I think my suspicions are confirmed here. I'm just not going to play this player anymore. I'll just abort the game or whatever. Suspicion confirmed. I'll just resign, like Osama did, Antonio. Any normal player who's legitimately 1989 would like agree to a draw in an equal position against someone 500 points higher. He declines. All right. Knight to g5. Some sort of sneaky tactics. Notice how few pawn moves it's making. Like it knows not to make pawn weaknesses. Some people use their like phones to play, like weak computers. Computers are reluctant to make pawn moves. They're programmed not to make weaknesses in their position. Now you may have a tactic, but it doesn't work. Queen takes d8, knight e6. Avoiding the exchange of rooks, of course. I should have played queen f6 there. Again, I'm like lured in. It's again the same screenplay as the last game against this guy. It lures you into making some sort of weakening move on the king side. Very, very unhuman player. Not human. I'd be willing to bet $100. Probably in that neighborhood on a wager. There's something fishy about this player. Difficult to prove. If there was some way to prove it. Anyway, you can always trust the players with 65 games played. Knight h3. All right. He don't do pawn moves. Also doesn't trade queens. Is completely fearless. He traded queens? What? That's weird. I thought queen a3 was coming for sure in that position. Then I could repeat with queen e7, try to force a draw, actually. It's probably what he was worried about. It was worried about. The threat of the draw. I'm about to blunder, but not blunder. I think I can hold on here. Maybe I can hold on. White's only slightly better. It's a waste of time, seriously. I don't know why this player's in the tournament. It's clearly suspicious. Rook c7, he knows not to do that. It's actually interesting. Rook c7, rook d1, check, bishop f1, bishop a6, knight d2. Rook takes d2. Bishop takes a6, rook check. I should be able to hold a draw here against the computer. Actually, bishop takes is safer than the other way. It's totally suspicious, dude. I mean, I've been playing online chess for like 28 years. When an account is suspicious, I can tell, you know. Wasn't born yesterday. Yeah, but if I do 200 for required rated games, it's gonna cause us a lot of good players, you know, regular players not to be able to play. Maybe in the Blitz tournament I could do a high number, but in Rapid, like, there's no way. What has it got for me here? It looks like there's some sort of trick or something. I'm picking up A2 on my radar. But you know those games you play against these computer cheaters that basically what happens is they can't input the moves fast enough at the end? Like, they're winning by seven points of material, but they like lose on time. That's always amusing. I'll like win a game against a cheater and like submit it to the administrators, and I'll have won, but it'll be just like winning on time in a totally lost position because the robot like couldn't move fast enough. It's like a bad operator. The other thing that's weird about this player, he's been very consistent about his move times. He's trying to make it look realistic. That's the thing. That's why he's a pawn down in a knight endgame. He wants it to look realistic. You're going to witness like master endgame technique from the computer. Here it comes. Absolutely. It's just a human trying to look like a computer human abuser trying to look like a human by not playing the very best moves. 100%. Probably still has enough to draw with his perfect computer technique. See? I'm just going to report this guy. Obviously a cheater. %. They can get banned. They'll just come back with another cheating account. They make mistakes on purpose to make it look human. I'll save this for later. All right, I'm not going to report them on stream, but they should be reported. If anybody has a suspicious game with them, I would appreciate it if you reported it. Okay, Blobix, what's up? If anybody else had a game against that player, they should also report them. Knight f3, the Blobster. I know he's human. I think people think it's like you can't tell. There's a very big difference between the way computers play and humans. Even if you throw in the blunders, the mistakes to make yourself look human, you can't disguise. Like lichess or AlphaZero, you could probably argue that artificial intelligence type programs would be harder to discern. But I think with an engine, like a standard engine like Fritz or Stockfish or something like that, it's very, very hard to hide that it's a computer. Even if you try to throw in the mistakes, there's something very distinctive about the way the computer plays. You can't hide it completely. You can just sort of disguise it a little bit. Bishop d3 from Blubix. What the heck is that? What are you doing, dude? Huh. Blubix, very computer-like. Bishop d3 now. Not okay. Now he can play knight takes c6, knight takes e3, knight takes d8, knight takes d1. Knight takes f7, knight takes b2. Knight c6, knight e3, knight e7 check. Yeah, even that's all right. Whatever. I could take back on c6 as well. With a decent game here. I don't know why Blobix played bishop d3. Very strange. He knows that's not a good move. could take on c3. Bishop takes c3. B takes c. Queen e5. What's up, guys? Thanks for playing the Pawnda Arena. For those of you who are not computers. But it looks like most of the leaders... no. Well, at least a few of the leaders are not computers. At least 1, 2... The 3 of us, Aldisto, Alms, and Sparkle Horse. Etez must have dropped out. Oh, that guy's here, Arthur, who's also suspicious. Plays like a 1200 one game. That's a neat move from Blobix. Played Queen e2. Alright. Everybody's suspicious but me. Blobix with the Queen e2 subtlety. Alright, man. I think Blobix has been weakened by the French. Too much French protesting. c5. Alright, I experimented with the Open tournament. It worked for the Blitz tournament pretty well, but we got 2 clearly dubious players in the top. Actually 3. Archer's like a 1200. Alright. What can you do? They got infamy. No, he's 1200 one game and then 1800 the next, or 2000. It averages out. 2200 one game, 1200 the next. That was it. Well, you better not defend like a genius this game. You too can be a computer. This is not a computer I'm playing here. This is a human who's given up his dark squared bishop when he knows better not to do that. He played a very strange blunder, bishop d3. I mean, don't understand. You can actually do that in some positions. It's not a move here, though. Bishop d7, bishop d3. Thinking there's some position where you do that later, but not here. Alright, a4. Rook b3. Do I want to commit this pawn to a4? Soccer gambling sounds good. Just gambling in general. Blobix, very subtle. So he's going to attack me now? I guess I can play c5. What if I play queen c5? My a pawn, he can attack with bishop back to c2. Then I can attack c4 with bishop e6. This is the problem piece that I encounter. Actually, both sides have problems with the white squared bishop in this type of line. Jim, what's up? The arena back to old format. It's not working out too well. We've got a couple dubious players at the top. Cheesy Noob became a master overnight again. This guy's cheating. Arthur is suspicious. We've got 3 suspicious players in the top 10. Call it like it is, guys. I call it like it is. So, occasionally we get false positives, and I apologize if you're not a cheater. And we label you as one. But, the Cheesy Noob, yeah, Cheesy Noob he's a well-known national master. He should win the tournament easily. There's nothing suspicious about that. Clearly the strongest tournament player in the field. There's like five Masters strength players in this field. 1 IM, 1 FM, 3 National Masters. Cheesy Noob's in second place. Totally normal. F5. Now you tricked me because you have bishop c2. I have a trick for you. Alright, Plebix. The only other player who gets in time pressure besides me, typically on my streams. We have a chance. I'm a CM. I'm just happy I could switch my mice today. Well, I drew the computer twice. It's playing on human mode. They've got it watered down, so it's playing like it's probably like a strong mobile phone. But you can still tell. But it destroyed my streak starter both times. I got paired with the computer. The phone computer on watered down mode. When you've been playing chess engines since, I don't know, 1987, you get a feel for how computers play. Yeah, he has 2 draws against me. He wouldn't even accept the second draw he was playing for a win. And then he drew with computer technique down a pawn in a knight endgame. Even though he doesn't know the 5th move of the c3 Sicilian. I definitely am going to report that guy. Cheesy Noob as usual is highly difficult to... He's highly difficult to pin down. You can't really prove he's an engine or something. But it's just like impossible to believe after a while. His results. So we just kind of have to live with it. Alright. Blobix is struggling this game because he played bishop d3, really strange move. It's good to see you can make it though, Jim, to a stream. Sorry you couldn't play on Sunday. Wasn't a bad simul. There were some interesting games. Blobix is out of form because of protest, distraction. But I appreciate my Megatroll that's missing is hard to detect. The Megatroll... Alright, I give up, dude. I'm not going to play this guy again. Seriously. Whatever. I'm sorry to give him 2 points, but I'm seriously not going to do that. Waste of my time. I'm sorry for like, we just won't count this player in the tournament in the standings, as far as I'm concerned. That doesn't exist. The number 2 cheater. So Aldisto's first, Am's a second, I'm in third. Probably Cheesy Noob will win the tournament. Arthur, I guess, just found a way. He's not cheating. He just found a way to play 8 million games in 5 minutes to rack up some points. It's a system. Where's Troll on a roll? How many games do you have? So this player has no rapid games, yet they're allowed to play even though it's 10 games rated required. I guess it is. It's just any kind of rated games. That's weird. So like bullet games counts? Jim, do you remember that? Is that normal? I thought when you set the requirement for a particular tournament, 10 minutes, rapid or blitz or whatever, you had to have a certain number of rated games in that time control. But apparently This guy has no rated games in Rapid, yet he's allowed to play in the tournament. That's really weird. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know. Yeah, my requirement is 10 rated games, and normally it would work. I think it might be a bug. My requirement here is 10 rated games, not 10 rated Rapid games. Well, there isn't like an option, you know. It was always the same. I thought it was by time control. There were tons of times, dude. Don't you remember like how many times I had Rapid tournaments and somebody was like, "Oh, I only have like 15 Blitz games." You guys don't remember? That was the problem. They were like, "Oh, I have 25 Blitz games, but I only have like 8 Rapid games." So they must have changed it. Maybe lichess just like changed it, you know? It has to be something. They changed the requirement. It used to be like people couldn't play in the Rapid tournament because they only had, you know, Blitz games or whatever. So it happened a million times. I mean, this is totally a new thing. But I think it's sort of stupid. You know, what is bullet? So you have 10 bullet games? That counts? It's a really dumb rule change if that's what they did. It should just apply to that particular time control of the tournament that you're setting up. Anyways, whatever. The Old Indian by Simon Williams. Didn't Simon do like a video series on the Old Indian? It's got to be like the most horrible, boring thing to play with black. I can't believe like Simon would like that, you know. The Dutch or the Old Indian? I think I'll play the Old Indian today instead of the Dutch. It's like, what? Literally the most boring passive opening for black. So they've changed the number of games. What do you mean? Takeback says he has lost a game to Etez, performance 2400. Who? Should have stopped a player. I can't beat him. I had 2 draws with him already, dude. He's a total cheater. I'm not going to justify him anymore. We'll just report him to lichess and have his account banned. And then later when you look up the tournament, he won't be on the list anymore. It'll eliminate him from the list in the future for posterity. So Queen C7 looks like a good move, actually. Put up 200 rated games, yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what I'll have to do, because it seems stupid. This is another player. Is this just entered the tournament? Might have to play e4 here to mitigate the threat of e4 by black. This is not my usual system against the Old Indian. I usually play bishop e2. But this player is supposed to be 1200 in bullet, 1600 in blitz. We'll see. Have they played any games? Or is this like their first game against me? At least we have 47 players. Easier to get a game. That's true. Yeah, I mean, there are benefits and negatives. We have less viewers than usual. I don't understand why. We don't use bots for viewers here on my stream, like a lot of chess streamers. So it does make it look less popular. But I prefer not to go with the bots. Something dishonest about that. All right. Now, the master break. I just have suspicions. I'm paranoid, Jim. You know that. A lot of Twitch streamers use bots. It's against the rules, but I think if it was someone, you know, who was having like, you know, a big gaming stream with like 5,000 viewers, Twitch would probably care. But if a chess streamer used bots, like for 100-player stream, I don't think it's going to be really, they're going to care about someone like that. I don't think Twitch cares too much, you know. They're making big money off of the big gaming streamers who have 10,000 viewers and stuff. They're not going to care too much about us, poor chess streamers. I mean, dude, what's this guy's rating? He's 1600. He's playing this old Indian really well. But I guess it's possible. It's a very systematic opening, kind of like the London system. And you memorize it and you play it and you learn it really well. Just that I'm paranoid after that other guy. I mean, still, he's played well. Black, that is. I gotta get off the C file. Honestly, you know, I suspect some of the chess streamers were using bots. But it's not my job to police the Twitch world. It doesn't take much, dude, you know? I mean, if you just get 100 viewers by paying for bots, it would make a big difference. That's all it takes, you know? Makes a big difference. But it's just my paranoia, I'm sure. All right. Yeah, I think the requirement is something like 100 average. The viewers are important, average viewers. I can never make a partner with my current level of viewership. But people who really care about making money from this, which doesn't include me, are going to want to cheat to get more viewers. And I think that's what they're doing. Of course, like, if you're streaming on the Forbidden Chess site, you know, you're going to automatically get a lot of viewers. But I'm not talking about that. I mean, people streaming on lichess and getting more than 100 viewers. I also think it's disreputable to, like, stream on 2 platforms at the same time, like the Forbidden site and lichess. Some, who I won't name, will do that. They'll have like try to like milk both sites at the same time. Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I will raid, you know, the nicer streamers from the Forbidden Chess site. I thought about raiding Hikaru, actually. I would do that. I wouldn't mind, you know. Hikaru I like. But I don't feel like I'm supporting the Forbidden Chess site if I just raid them because I like a particular person necessarily. So I've rated like interactive chess before, and a few others. Do I ever stream lessons? My streams are lessons, but that's an idea, you know, to do like training lessons. It's like a group lesson. You mean? Yeah, it's possible. I've never done that. Troll on a Roll is back? Now he's an amateur? What does that mean? He's never gone away. He just... The Forbidden Site. We don't say it out loud. It's like Forbidden Planet. No, you're confusing Troll on a Roll with someone else. Turkey Farm. Poor guy. Troll in a roll is just a poor alcoholic troll. He seems like basically a good guy. We've never had any problem with him. The computer's in second place. I'm fighting for my life for third. Well, I'm in third, technically. I can't wait to see the computer face off against Aldisto and Alms. I didn't care, so I just resigned the last game against it. You know, I didn't really want to... Yeah, no, I do a lot of streams. I do analysis streams on Thursdays where I go over games. It's basically like a lesson. People submit games. Exactly. Yeah, I think Papa just is a legitimate player. He knows the opening, but he's drifted. Now he's in trouble. Still, Black's position is defensible. It's unpleasant because Black has no central pawn. It's the only move. B4. It's very unpleasant for Black to defend this position. That's the essential danger of the old Indian when you give up the center or King's Indian, any kind of King's Indian. You slowly run out of space, and not having the pawn on e5 can become a long-term liability. All right, so we're tied with Alms for second place. This player is not there, as far as I'm concerned. They are not human. Poor Notch Papa has to play him. DC Boom has done a good job of pretending that he's a human, but it's not. He's a centaur. Alright guys, Cheesy knew what happened. He dropped out because he was too suspicious. Let's get going. 14 minutes left. Aldisto getting the better of us. The sad part is I didn't get to play any of the really legit players like Aldisto. I did get to play Alms. I did get to play Etes, who dropped out. But a couple more games against those guys would be fun. I should berserk, maybe. It's too late now. I had kind of given up on berserking because I hadn't played anyone really low rated, but with this player I should have berserked. I think there should just be a rule. If someone's 500 or 600 points lower, you should berserk, probably. There are some people like who are ultra fast, then maybe we make an exception to the rule. He's got some sort of homemade system going on here. Queen f3 in the close Sicilian, the clamp with Queen f3. The big clamp. It's an upside down car, basically, if you put the pawn back there on f4. It's an anti-gravity car. Well, it's like a classic sedan shape. It goes by the name of the big clamp. I simply call it the car. The queen move. We discovered, Jim, the computer who's in the top of the tournament, discovered a new way of playing the c3 Sicilian. He plays c4 after c3, unlike move 5. That was basically the dead giveaway that it was a cheater when it did that against me. Like, no legitimate player would have played that move under any circumstances. But if you're a total beginner who's cheating, like, you don't really know, that that's a obvious, sign. I think the c3 Sicilian is a very distinctive opening. It attracts a kind of devoted following. Anyone who's like 1900 playing the c3 Sicilian knows their stuff. They know their system. They know you don't play c4 on move 5. And then turn around and play like a master the rest of the game. All right, this guy is certainly unorthodox. But I'm having trouble putting him away fast. The top of his car is ripped off. It's like a tornado. A tornado hit his car. It's now convertible. This part is missing. You guys see what I'm talking about? The upside down car shape? Yes, I'm not smoking any dope. I really am talking about this. Levels of pawns. There's 4 different plateaus. You could also call it the plateau structure. It's upside down, defying gravity. Oh man, we're never going to catch up to Aldous though at this rate. I may have to forego castling or sack the exchange. What do you guys like better? Might want to reserve the right to castle at a future date. Asterby, you like the car? I think I came up with that in a drug-induced moment long ago. I don't know. I want to keep myself having the ability to castle here. Now his car is missing the windshield. Just this is gone. The whole like front. Yeah, I mean, like me, there's a lot of people like me, Jimmy Tide, who just think everyone's cheating. I mean, there are some people who take it too far, though. You know, I know like King, not to single out King Crusher, but he's kind of famous for thinking everyone's a cheater. But I mean, you know, I understand. Like, it's hard when like half of your opponents cheat, you know, to not think everybody's a cheater. I guess we just play a6, queen a5 maybe. I'd like to get my king out of here. Let's just develop. Man, this is taking too long. I'm not going to get another game. I really should be close to something good. He just played g3. His car is almost completely broken now. Demolition Derby. This front part of the bumper is still there. A little bit of the windshield. The back part over here. The rear bumper is still around. There goes the windshield. What's up, guys? Tomorrow's Wednesday, so we're doing a stream in the morning. Weird Wednesday, unusual openings. We won't be playing the car, however. I never had a lot of respect for the car system, as you can tell. I'm having fun with this game. This diagonal's got to be good. Dying for that diagonal. We might even be able to finish this game in time to get another pairing. I think I'm threatening. Am I threatening something? Threatening his knight, obviously. I'm threatening to castle. I'm going to complete my development by castling next move. I actually don't really have a great discovery. Oh, I would have knight d4, but he's got it covered with knight b5. Oof. Oh, this is wicked. I have bishop d4. Wicked. Wicked diagonals. Now I could sack the queen. Sack the queen. How about where defense? c4, knight c6. It's no independent value. I mean, you're basically going to play the... You're playing the what you call it? Chigorin. Most of his car is gone. He's still got the front bumper, the rear bumper. Looks like it was hit by a tornado. Running out of time, though. 5 minutes left. Not going to get another game in. I'll have to berserk. Blindly. Blind berserk. Give me your queen. Or give me death. I'm just starting to wake up now. I was kind of in a tactical fog the whole stream. It usually takes me about 7 or 8 games, I think, to start playing well. And then we start to peak and then performance goes down. We should be able to finish him off. Come on, dude. Die already. Reminds me of this song by Shellac. Really hardcore band. Can't repeat the lyrics, it's just too brutal. Check, mate. Or the other mate. Alright, dude, still car remnants all over the playing field there. The computer lost a game. Make it look more realistic. Okay. Counter. It'll give him a counter. Ooh, I've got a berserk against Uberdriver. He'd have 3. That's a lame move to try to play for a win with. Really hardcore punk. Will make you an I am, I guess. I have a diverse taste in music, but mostly rock. Alright, this was not really a great opening for me to play against Superdriver. The Belgrade Gambit? What is this again? Is this a Belgrade Gambit? That's a good choice, actually. Is it a good choice? What am I doing? I have no clue. I don't think I know the follow-up to the Belgrade Gambit after knight d5. I just realized. I just basically ran out of ideas there. Why do I have to get like the most solid player in the tournament with 5 minutes left and I have to berserk? I wouldn't mind if it was a strong player, just someone dynamic like Aldisto, but I have to get Uberdriver, who seems to play super solid. There's no way I'm going to beat this guy in a 3-minute berserk. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. I never got into the Misfits or Danzig. But I, guess I could respect that. All right. I'm not winning. Aldisto is winning. The computer's in second, and I'm in third. But we'll just pretend the computer's not there. I wonder... That's not the troll, right? That computer guy. That's not our, whatever. It's... Could be? I don't think he's normally quite that obvious about it. Man, we gotta move fast here. The power loop. Uber driver just sensibly giving back the sacrificed pawn to take all fun out of the position. Draw. I have no other choice. There's 35 seconds left. I have to take the draw. Anyway, I'm probably not better after h6. Maybe I have some hypothetical advantage, but I have 35 seconds left. Uber driver very generous to offer a draw there. Back to tournament. Evil Will. What happened with Alms? He lost his last game? What? He lost against Uber. Oh my god. Major upset. Alms usually the winner of this tournament, and Uber took him out. Wow. I guess Alms went totally all in, to try to beat Uber, who's super solid. I'd actually like to see that. 32 move game. Alms going against Uber. Oh man. It's basically a Queen's Gambit accepted. Uber driver knows leg breaker. Anybody who knows leg breaker is probably decent in a Queen's Gambit accepted structure. This was pretty close to the edge. It looks like Alms played pretty well. He's got something here. It's more like a Sicilian almost. Was probably a pretty good game. And then Uber went with the super passive knight f8. Man, he's all over you, but it's hard to break through. That's frustrating. I was actually giving a lecture to someone on Sound recently about an exchange of knight for bishop, knight on d6, but I think this might not be the best move, taking on b7. Alright, anyway. He just sucked the life out of the position. And he bored poor Alms to death, who had to catch up. And eventually he hung a piece. Tough fight, guys. That was probably a deciding game that blocked Alms from making a run for first place. Aldis still wins the tournament with 24. I sort of undeservedly finished second. This player is under investigation. Alms, tough tournament, played pretty well. He lost to me the first game. He lost the last game. That was still not a bad result. Blobix and Artur played a million games. Blobix, I think, was kind of tilted today. Cheesy Noob, suspicious as always, dropped out with a perfect score. Etez, thank you for playing. You got 4 games in, so he probably had to go. We still got some players? What playing? What do you mean still playing? Who's still playing? Is somebody still playing? That's impossible, no? I'm getting a challenge from Arm Chess. What time is it? Might as well just play this guy. I'm not going to take challenges, guys, but just for fun. I'm going to play this guy. While we're talking. Blobix. The player DCI Boom was using some kind of engine, but not playing the best moves regularly. It was some weird cheating going on, but not a straight up like playing the best move every time. He was, smartly making inferior moves on purpose. It looks like it's definitely not a bot. I mean, it's not like the bot is playing by itself. It was like a human. I have a very, very strong intuition. A human integrating like bad moves with good moves, mixing it up. But I could tell. You can see the end game, where he's down a pawn and a knight in game Lubbock's against me. I mean, anybody can tell there's something going on there. He berserked and played, well, then he played like his regular self, then. Maybe that's how he lost. Okay, that makes sense. He finally wanted to look, non-suspicious, which is logical. $1,400. Yeah, that's his real strength. He played c3, c4 in the c3 Sicilian. I told you. That's how I knew it wasn't right. You can't do that and be a 1900, really. I hope this isn't a rated game. Wow, c4 is interesting. I'm afraid this might be a really good player. He's only 1801, but this shows great judgment. Kind of taking advantage of my slow f6 type of setup by opening up the game. I would definitely try to do the same thing if I were white. It's a very strong idea. I don't normally play this kind of Chigorin setup with my knight on c6, but just because he played f4, I decided to try something weird. I don't know why I did this. I don't normally play this. I don't normally play bishop g4. Just kind of experimenting. But it looks like I have knight a5 here. Should be okay. Uber driver, what? Yeah, the engine should be reported. The 1900 who finished third place here. If anybody else is suspicious game, we can add it to the... He's the only clear cheater in the tournament. Cheesy Noob is always something weird about him, but not enough evidence to prosecute. But it didn't go too bad, I guess. Actually, Morales, what happened to the guy that you lost to? That you were suspicious of? I didn't hear any mention of that later. I don't know that I want to put my king on the queen side with an open c-file for white here. Like a ready-made attack for him in this position. The solid thing to do, I guess, castle kingside somehow. Maybe we have some other way to play this. Knight b4, knight d5. This is weird, but I'm going to try it. She's got knight e4. I'm always nervous when I play anybody who's Armenian. They're always good. It doesn't matter if they're like 1800. There are no bad players from Armenia. Where's the great alligator, by the way? Uber driver encouraged me. He encouraged me to do the open tournament, but we did get some cheaters. It's going to be a little bit unpleasant. We had a kind of mixed opinion about whether I should do the tournaments open or not. tempted to play c5, but c5 a3, maybe c takes d. Feels like I'm opening up the position too early to his advantage. I wouldn't mind just castling kingside. Oh, all right. I had an incident with Bob yesterday where he made me very angry, so I banned all of his accounts. He came on for the first time in a long time and immediately started bothering someone, so I just was triggered immediately, and I just banned all of his accounts. I feel like I went too far, but I wasn't in the mood for him, so I think my reaction was too strong. He was definitely surprised, but I just don't need that, you know. All right, white's been really solid here. Definitely gonna cast kingside. I don't like the C line. White is a solid positional player. Funny how long the tension is remaining here. I don't trade. He doesn't move his knight. It's really funny. I'm hoping my white square bishop has a role to play. The thing was that Morwa came on, and he had been harassed in the last tournament by a rude opponent who was like calling him names, and left the tournament and quit. And immediately Bob like zoned in on him and started harassing him, and I was like, you know what, that's not right. I mean, this guy like was harassed the last time he was on my stream by someone. Now immediately Bob is doing the same thing. So it just was like, you got to be kidding me. Really, right now, exactly, you're gonna harass that player who like left my stream last time because he was directly harassed by someone? And I just totally lost my patience with him. It was just a kind of accident, you know. But if someone's gonna harass someone on my stream, it was really a minor thing. But yeah, I mean, the last time his opponent insulted him and stuff, and then immediately Bob. It's like we don't get that many strong players necessarily playing, and Morwa is like 2,300 in Blitz, and it's nice to have a strong player. And then he gets harassed. I went off on Bob. So, well, finally we have something here. Really strong bishop. I've been aiming at this forever. For this, I should say. C6 feels very passive. Maybe a big mistake, actually. Yeah, he's an incredibly talented player, and I don't want him to be discouraged by someone acting like an idiot on my stream. He's reached like 2,000 feet, eh? And I think he's like playing 2,200 in rapid chess, maybe 21. So, I mean, you got a really strong young player who has talent, and then they're going to come on my stream and be harassed by people. I'm definitely going to be more protective of someone who's like a teenager than an adult, too. I mean, that's just rude. Don't harass like children on my stream. If you're going to harass someone, harass an adult, you know? I mean, he's like 15, he's not a child, but still, it's like the guy has no right to do that. And don't harass the pensioners either, Blobix. I agree. We should have some... Yeah, and the other thing is that Bob has harassed a lot of people on my stream in general, and it's like, at what point, I've tolerated him and tolerated him and tolerated him, and he usually doesn't go over the edge, but, at some point, he's insulted so many people, and he was making these comments like, he's donated so much to the beer fund and whatever, it's like, dude, he's lost probably more money for me from people who are upset by him than he's ever donated, He's actually alienated a lot of people from my stream, so it's absurd for him to argue that because he's donated money to the stream, he should be honored or something. I was saying that, like, probably he's lost thousands of dollars worth of donations rather than really gained any. Man, this guy is playing tough. Damn, dude. He's 1,800? He's only played 44 games. What we needed was another unrated player. Yeah, I mean, I figure a positional player is going to honor that structure a lot there. He's fast, too. 1,800 is not accurate for this guy's rating. He's too fast and too good. More like 2,050, and the fast 2,050 at that. Is this sudden death? It's 5 plus 3, right? Damn, dude. I was trying to grind down the Armenian players in endgame. No. That's not the way to do it. Heavy Petrosian influence. Those are not the players you want to be grinding down in endgames. You should be taking him out tactically. But he's already equalized. Ironically, we have a very small advantage here. It's probably not enough to win, but I'm not sure. He's got an awful lot of pawns on the dark squares. Too many pawns on the dark squares. Maybe it's a fortress, but not now. Now he lost. I think it should be lost. He never should let my king in. Totally unnecessary. Young player. No, he's strong, but endgame. Lapse. He played really well. Anyway, I gotta go, dude. Thank you for the game. Thanks for the donation, 111. Jim, 100. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Jim with 500 this week. Mr. Coffee, Oms on Twitch, Fish Rat Cow. It was not a bad tournament. Aldisto. Yeah, I like this guy. 2,300 performance. Whatever, dude. Aldisto's first. I'm second. Oms is third. This player is banned from my tournaments. Blobix is fourth. Artur fifth. Cheesy noob. Whatever. Ates, thanks for playing. Thor Ma Morales came back at the end after a really bad start. What were you doing in the beginning? Morales was on tilt. He got the computer twice. Oh no. And he got... Okay. And then the other game he was suspicious of. What was up with that, man? Poor Morales. Morales, what happened, man? Mr. Slowhand Grind is lost? What do you mean? Have you seen Mr. Slowhand Grind? Like he's not here. Yeah, I don't know. Was Morales just being pissy, or was this guy? Oh man, this is like overwhelming. Yeah, Morales was just missing bishop takes f2 check. Oh, he found it. Oh, he won the queen. He won the queen and then he lost on time. Wow. A tragic game. Chesser, let's see what his final score is. That is queer. I mean, that he lost the whole queen and came back to beat Morales. It's still lost though. Damn, dude. Oh man. Oh no. This is like an insane comedy of errors. There's no that way that White didn't make like tons of major mistakes. I mean, this is not like that other guy. This should have been a win for Morales, but I can understand. He's plus 11. He was just upset. All right. So I don't think that's the computer. Not even a little bit, but Antonio was angry. All right, guys. Aldisto, myself, thank you guys for playing. We're gonna be back on tomorrow. We'll be back on tomorrow morning with Weird Wednesday, unusual openings, and Blitzen Rapid Chess. Thanks for tuning into my stream, and I'll see you guys later. Merry Christmas. Bye bye.